Hey guys, did you miss me? No? Well, that's a shame, you've got me now in this video. So today we are going to be doing a Doctor Who tag of sorts. Something that's going on Twitter. It is the 30 Days of Doctor Who challenge. I actually don't know what the name is, something like that. But yeah, let's get into it. And welcome to a review in space. So I haven't done one of these in a while, which is why I'm doing it, and I thought I'd do a challenge. So there's this thing that's been circulating around on Twitter for the last maybe month or so, if you're a Doctor Who fan, and it's a challenge that I've been doing for the last 30 days, and it is called, let me get the challenge up, the Great Doctor Who 30-Day Challenge, and I'll put the actual list of things on the screen for you now. And basically I've been participating in it, and every day for the last month I've been saying what's my favourite Doctor, what's my favourite episode, what's my least favourite companion. It's those sort of questions really. But yeah, I thought I'd just go through each of the questions, as it were, of this tag. So the first question is, who's your favourite Doctor? That one's pretty obvious. It is number 7 down there. Can you see that? It's just about in frame, isn't it? So yeah, Sylvester Mccoy is my favourite Doctor. I know his era is short in the television show, but his companion Ace is also one of my favourite companions. Plus, he has my favourite story of all time in his era, which is Remembrance of the Daleks. Plus, he has some amazing audios like Master, We Are the Daleks. He's just a great Doctor, and his favourite and my favourite Doctor Who novel, Nightshade, is a 7th Doctor story. So yeah, 7th Doctor, just a brilliant Doctor, so much to offer for me personally. I know he's not a fan favourite. In fact, some people say that he killed the show, but we all know that that isn't the case. There were a lot of things going on in the BBC behind the scenes at that time during his era. So yeah, so 7th Doctor's my favourite Doctor. And the second question is, your favourite companion? My favourite companion is Ace, either Ace or Sarah Jane. The reason why I say Sarah Jane is because, one, she was part of my childhood with the Sarah Jane Adventures and School Reunion and that whole spiel, and as well as that, she was in and among the classic stories that I watched when I was really young, so the nostalgic ones that I watched on VHS, like Sontaran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen, and then Death to the Daleks, Monster of Peladon, Planet of the Spiders. She just has so many iconic stories that I have so much nostalgia attached to. But now Ace is also an amazing companion. It's always been a tie between Sarah Jane and Ace for me. Most underrated companion, I'm gonna have to say Martha? Mostly because, well, she walked across the whole Earth to save humanity from the Master, which is fucking amazing. And plus, she's sandwiched between Donna and Rose, and she was in the shadow of Rose for the whole era, and the Doctor didn't really treat her that well. And no one really thinks of Martha as the best Tennant companion, which I think is very unfair. I think that Martha was a brilliant companion. Your favourite alien, monster or villain? I will have to check to see what I wrote on Twitter. Oh, I did a cop-out. I said the Daleks, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so what I said was, favourite Doctor Who monster. I'm aware this is very cliche of me, but my favourite monster is the Daleks. Though they have been written very poorly in the past, some of my favourite Doctor Who episodes are Dalek stories, and I believe that to be no coincidence. Yep, that's pretty much how it reads, to be honest. Like, Remembrance of the Daleks, Genesis of the Daleks, Stolen Earth Journey's End is a good one. Either that or the Cybermen are good as well, but I think the Daleks are slightly top it for me. Ooh, a classic Who... Wait, hold on. An alien, monster or villain you'd like to see make a return. Off the top of my head, I'd say the Rani. But I would also like to see a new episode with the Ood. I thought they were a very, very cool concept. I like what they did with them in Planet of the Ood, and I liked their purpose and role in the Satan Pit episode with Tennant as well. I feel like they're a very, very cool concept of alien, I think. They're not particularly a villain or a monster. They're just a species that, and I find them very fascinating. So maybe the Ood might be cool, but also the Rani should probably make a return if they do it right, of course. Let's not botch another classic villain. Favourite classic Who season? easily season 12. It has so many iconic stories in there. Every story in there I class as either a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. So Robot, probably 9.5. Ark in Space, 10 out of 10. Sontaran Experiment, 9 out of 10. Genesis of the Daleks, 10 out of 10. Revenge of the Cybermen, 9 out of 10. Just a solid season, and it's Tom's first season, it's Sarah Jane, it's Harry Sullivan, it has, it's just so iconic, and everybody, when you think of Tom, you either think of season 13 or season 12. Personally, season 12 takes the cake. Okay, so the 7th question is the most jolly or happiest moment in Doctor Who history. That's a difficult one, I'd have to say. Most iconic, it would be easy, like I'd say the 4th Doctor with the wires, you know, in Genesis of the Daleks, but, you know, most happiest moment. I think I'd have to go Journey's End, the episode where Tennant's Doctor has all of his companions around the console, you know, like Donna, Martha, Rose, the whole shebang, Captain Jack, everyone is there. You know the scene, right, where they're all flying the TARDIS and they're flying planet Earth back home. It's a great moment. Next one is my favourite convention I've ever attended. Okay, so that one's easy actually. I'm going to say Dimensions 2016 at Newcastle. There are a lot of reasons for this. So many memories attached to this day. Partially because of all the friends I met there. So like Dr. Forever, South Park Through Free Gaming. Just so many memories. Just so many amazing moments attached to that day. I met my favourite Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, which was a beautiful moment. My childhood dream fulfilled. Obviously met Colin Baker, I met Fraser Hines, I met Matthew Waterhouse, I think I met John Leeson, but I already met, no, not John Leeson. I met him at Bedford Convention. But no, that convention was amazing. I absolutely love that. I'd say a close second though is the Bedford Conventions as a whole. I think my favourite that I've attended is probably the 4th one, just because of how well organised it was. The 3rd one was good as well, and the 2nd one I have so many gorgeous memories attached to it by meeting Ace. I met John Leeson, I met Joe Grant, Katie Manning, obviously. I just met so many, Deborah Watling as well, I met her at Bedford Convention too. It was just such an amazing, you know, it's such a great convention. It's good to see it, you know, get better each year as well, because they're all lovely and it's all for a good cause as well, which is what's important. Alright, favourite Doctor Who writer? Off the top of my head, I'm going to say Russell T Davies, just for everything he's done and contributed. By bringing back the show, obviously, by some of his amazing stories he wrote in his tenure. But other than him, maybe I'd say, of the New Who, episode-wise, just one-offs, maybe I'd say Toby Whitehouse, because he wrote Town Called Mercy, he wrote Under the Lake Before the Flood. Also Moffat, I suppose. He has written some amazing episodes. I feel like just he's not very strong in his story arcs, let's be fair. But no, some of his stories like Empty Child, Doctor Dances, Forest of the Dead, 11th Hour actually as well. He's written some amazing episodes in there. I'm not going to discredit Moffat because of his era being controversial. Next question is best sonic screwdriver. Ooh, I'm going to say John Hurt's. Just because it's a perfect blend between the classic sort of Sonics and the New Who. I just feel like it's just a perfect bridge way into the progression of screwdrivers, you know. It seems so simplistic, but also has the red light on top, so I feel like it's the best of both worlds. Question 11 is, when did you start watching Doctor Who? When I was 3 or 4 years old. I was at my auntie's house, and we were watching one of the catch-up shows, like Watch, or one of these rubbish, you know, like rerun channels. And I was just sat in their kitchen and the Doctor Who movie was playing, Paul McGann's movie. And I got so hooked that I didn't want to leave my auntie's house because I wanted to watch the end, apparently. That's the story. So, yeah. After that, I started watching a bunch of VHSs from the classic series that my parents bought me throughout the next year or two. So like Inferno was a VHS I had, and The Empty Child I actually had on VHS, which I thought was which at the time I thought was rubbish, which is very funny just because it was in black and white. But I suppose the Cave of Skulls, you know, the next 3 episodes after the pilot was kind of crap, but the first episode was good. I seem to remember that very well. I have fond memories of that. Then Also, obviously, Genesis of the Daleks and Sontaran Experiment. That dual case VHS was, you know, nostalgia for me. That thing. I think I still have it actually. Do I have it? I don't know if I have it. Hold on. Oh, I do have it. Hold on. I have some of them. I don't have all of them. I think I may have given away a couple, but I'm going to get them out for you just for this video. Oh, God. I'm going to break something. I already have broken... Oh, God. Oh, alright. I have a couple. I seem to recall I had a lot more than this, though. I thought I swore I had like 10, like 8 to 10 of these, but I only have 4 of them now. They might just be in the loft or something. So yeah, Empty Child, so much nostalgia attached to the pilot. I never really made a habit of watching the other 3 episodes, like I say. I thought they were very boring, but I remember enjoying the pilot episode, which is good. Then we have, obviously, Resurrection of the Daleks, which was a obviously iconic story for me as a child. I still love this story to this day, actually. It's a gorgeous story, it's brilliant. Then we have, this is probably my prized possession of all of my VHSs, it's this one, because it has Genesis of the Daleks and the Sontaran Experiment on there, and it is, it's a product of my childhood, and I don't know where I'd be without this thing. I watched this thing to death. I'm pretty sure one of the VHSs is worn down to the bone. And then the other one is Inferno. Yeah. Love Inferno. Absolutely brilliant story, this one as well, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I think other ones I had was maybe... I think I had one of the Peladon stories. I seem to remember that I had, like, Frontier in Space. Just because of the bit at the end with the Master and the Daleks. I seem to remember that very well as a child, but yeah. I did also have another Peter Davidson story, but I can't remember for the life of me. It might have been one of the Black Guardian episodes. I'm not sure. Might have been part of the Black Guardian trilogy. Maybe like Mordred Undead or something. And then I did also have another Tom Baker VHS, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was. Even though I'm a big fan of Tom Baker, which is, you know, a bit... It might have been like a season. I think it was an episode with Adric, which is funny. But no, yeah, I have to figure out what those were, actually, try to find them, you know. And then, actually, after that, so my dad had a mate at his work that was also a classic Who fan, and he had a bunch of VHSs that he transferred to DVD for me, and I still have these to this day, every single one of them. He got me 5 of them. Revenge of the Cybermen, which is where the iconic, you know, nostalgia comes from for Revenge of the Cybermen. The next one is Planet of the Spiders, which, like I say, iconic and nostalgic for me. Then we have this disc which has Monster of Peladon and Death to the Daleks in it, which is also iconic and nostalgic for me, as you can tell. Oh yeah, and then I also had The 10th Planet and The Chase. Yeah, isn't that cool? So... yeah, they were VHS transfers that my dad's work colleague, friend, you know, transferred over and gave me because I was an up-and-coming Doctor Who fan, and I think that bridges me over to 2005 where we started watching Chris Eccleston's season, I believe. I think that's pretty much the whole timeline before everything kicked off with the revival series, as it were. After the revival series occurred, that was pretty much it until I got the Remembrance of the Daleks DVD, wherever it's gone. Aha! Here we go. I got this without the signatures, obviously, back in, I think, 2007 or 8, I think. But no, yeah, so, yeah, that's fun. I did kind of spend a lot of time on that one question there, so we'll move on. When did I start watching Doctor Who? Okay, so the next one is favourite episode of all time. Who fucking knows? Nah, I'm joking. It's Remembrance of the Daleks, obviously. What else could it be? And we have favourite New Who season. It's gonna have to be 2005, just because of the nostalgia, and even now, watching it back, every episode on there is brilliant, with the exception of maybe The End of the World, but I still enjoy it. It's just not as amazing as the others, I guess. I do even like Boomtown, to be honest. I think Boomtown's kind of underrated. And considering the budget they had at the time, I think it's remarkable how amazing they did. You know, brilliant first season. Definitely was, you know, Russell T Davies's passion project, that one. Next question we have, favourite version of the theme? I think either the 7th Doctor's, the 4th Doctor's first one, or Peter Capaldi's. I love those. I think Tom Baker's because of nostalgia and iconicism. Sylvester Mccoy just because of pure guilty pleasure and nostalgia for Sylvester McCoy being my favourite Doctor. And then Peter Capaldi just because of the theme and how sci-fi it feels, you know? I feel like it really captures the feel of the show. This one is favourite special episode, so like Christmas special, I'm assuming. That would probably have to be Voyage of the Damned, just because of the guest cast really makes that episode amazing. And in addition, I feel like Tennant's acting is on top form in that one. Most treasured piece of merchandise, I will get it for you now. Either this or the VHS of Genesis of the Daleks and Sontaran Experiment, so easy that one. Have you ever met a Doctor or companion? Yes. I've met loads at conventions. I met Tom Baker, I met Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, Sophie Aldred, Katie Manning, John Leeson, because K9's a companion, one of the best companions arguably, Fraser Hines. Ooh, I met Polly as well. I've forgotten her name, second Doctor companion, I've forgotten the actress's name. I met the writer of Master, but I got him to sign some rubbish story. No, hold on, I will get it out. It was Keep of Traken I got him to sign. Jeffrey Beavers! No, it wasn't a writer, it was the Master! Should have got Jeffrey Beavers to sign the Master CD audio. I'm so dumb of me for do that. I'm not sure who else I met. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a blur now. Like, they all kind of blend together over time because I've met so many. I'm not trying to be boastful, I'm being genuinely serious. I've genuinely forgotten a lot of them. Oh, no, hold on. Yeah. I met the actress of Vicky as well. I don't know her name either, sorry. think that's it. I may have met a couple, two more that I'm forgetting. Yeah, we're just gonna have to move on, I'm afraid. Most heartbreaking moment. Maybe when, I think when Joe Grant says goodbye to the third Doctor. I feel like it's done so well. Amy and Rory's departure from the show, that moment had me in tears. It was so sad, and I love Amy and Rory. They're probably my favourite New Who companions. I genuinely feel like that moment was heartbreaking in Angels Take Manhattan. Most heartwarming moment. That's difficult actually. Oh, maybe the moment where it's a very, very subtle moment, but in The Doctor's Wife, after the Doctor is alone in the TARDIS at the end of the episode, and the lever kind of moves on its own, and it kind of signifies the TARDIS is still alive. It always has been, and you know, it's still classic adventures, Doctor Who, TARDIS. I feel like it's very, very nice. It's very subtle, but I feel like it's a very, very nice moment. Either that. Actually, I've got a better moment. The moment where Vincent van Gogh goes to the museum at the end of Vincent and the Doctor episode. Such a brilliant moment. It has everyone in tears, doesn't it? Favourite Big Finish audio, Spare Parts or Master? Or The Crooked Man, actually. That's a good one. Or Countermeasures, or... I'm just listing off loads of Big Finish now. The War Master Volume 1, or The War Doctor Volume 1. I'm just going to shut up. There are so many good Big Finish audios. Favourite novel, Nightshade. An episode more people should revisit and reevaluate. Okay, this is actually a good one. Under the Lake Before the Flood, the Peter Capaldi two-parter in Series 9. I think the fact alone, that story, that two-parter, is in Series 9 kind of shows that it's overlooked because everybody avoids Series 9 like a plague. I feel like people should give that story a more chance because I feel like it's very, very biased, but Under the Lake Before the Flood is probably my favourite New Who episode story. It is up there, at least. I don't know how to particularly rank it, but I feel like it has so many, you know, like aspects that make it such an amazing story. A character you'd like to hang out with in real life. Apart from the Doctor, maybe Captain Jack. He seems fun. Either that or like maybe it'd be interesting to see, maybe hang out with John Sims Master. Very dangerous though, I will say that. Character you'd like to date. I don't know, maybe Amy Pond. I don't know. Character you'd have a dangerous but exciting night with. Apart from the Doctor, maybe the Master. Like I say again, maybe Derek Jacobi's Master might be fun. Favourite Doctor outfit? Maybe the red velvet jacket for Capaldi, or the Seventh Doctor's question mark theme, or maybe obviously Tom Baker's season 12 is a staple of the show. But I do enjoy the Matt Smith's Doctor's season 7B outfit. I feel like that's very, very doctory. Favourite piece of music? Maybe I'm gonna have to say maybe the Shepherd's Boys from Series 9. I feel like in Heaven Sent it really does you know, kind of heighten the enjoyment of Heaven Sent as an episode. Either that or the theme itself, I guess. Scariest moment, maybe the moment where Sally Sparrow and that bloke is in the house in Blink. I kind of like that moment, very scary. Funniest moment. Oh, that's a good one. There are a lot of good ones. I don't know if it's funny to other people, but to me, a very, very good funny moment is where Mel and the Seventh Doctor first meet, and they're like, "Who are you? What have you done with Mel?" And Mel's like, "What have you done with the Doctor?" And they're realising that they are, you know, who they are, and it's very, very funny. I like that moment. Oh god, we've got a deep lost question here. So the 30th question is, why do you love Doctor Who? There are loads of answers to this, actually. I feel like one of the reasons why I've gravitated towards Doctor Who, well, firstly, Doctor Who's been in my life for as long as I can remember. There's only been a couple years before after I was born, where it didn't have a presence in my life. And I feel like the formula of it makes it timeless as well. You can, well, apart from making the first Doctor fucking sexist and racist for some reason, don't know what the hell Moffat was thinking there, because he was never racist in his actual era, but you know what, whatever. But I feel like the formula of the show is timeless, and I feel like whenever the show is struggling, just recast the Doctor and companion, and maybe the show can be saved. And even if it does get cancelled, everyone knows it'll be brought back in 10-15 years. I feel like it has a formula that will never die, and plus, as well as that, it has so much content. If you don't like the current Doctor or era or showrunner, then you don't have to, you can just gravitate towards stuff in the classic series, or even like stuff earlier on in the new series like Eccleston or Tennant, or gravitate to Big Finish and listen to some stuff about the Time War with the War Master or War Doctor, or go back to the Fourth Doctor adventures, or you could listen to a Seventh Doctor audio, or you can read the books. You can do the past Doctor adventures, the Eighth Doctor adventures on audio or on book form. The Virgin New Adventures is one that I particularly enjoy. The Lost Stories, the Target books, the BBC books. There's just a plethora of like opportunity there. You like Doctor Who is this wide umbrella that, no matter what part of the show you enjoy or don't like, you can stay away from it and you're not going to have a bad time. You just, if you don't like the Sixth Doctor or Seventh Doctor, and that's an opinion that I've heard a lot, that's okay. You don't have to like them. You can just watch the new series, or watch a Fourth Doctor audio, or read the books and avoid those Doctors. Or if you don't like Chris Chibnall's writing, as a lot of people at the moment don't, just rip the Band-Aid off. Just get through Jodie's Doctor, and there will be a Doctor after her and a better showrunner, and like I say, there's stuff that's still coming out. Big Finish are still releasing stuff. Books are still being released, not as much nowadays, but still, I feel like no matter what, and obviously toys as well. Merchandise is a big thing of Doctor Who, as you can probably tell. So I feel like it's endless, really. Doctor Who has such flexibility. It's not just a show, really. It's, well, I'm going to say lifestyle, but I mean, look at my room. It's like, need I say more? Doctor Who is just, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely Doctor Who as an item, as a thing, is kind of become a hobby or an obsession of mine, and I'm not gonna be ashamed of that. I'm gonna embrace it, because Doctor Who has always been a part of me at the end of the day, and that's actually a really nice note to end on for this video. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, I guess. See ya.